Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon? No, fuck you. But here's the nice guys on business.
ChatGPT added this image of like a poster on her wall, and it did spell it correctly in the text,
the sentence, but it doesn't get it right in the picture. It never gets spelled. I don't understand ChatGPT when it comes to images. It always fucks up the spelling. Why is that?
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Mama always says, stupid is as stupid does. Or was that stupid is the nice guys on business? Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
You got to say that over again, because I waited till you were done with your little whiny bitch mode to hit record. But I would like you to say it again so we have the full sentence.
Oh, I said, welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone is Doug Sandler. And as much as we love our Funkin' fans, I hope we can finish this up quickly because I'm sick. I'm getting over a cold and I fucking hate being stuffed up and not being able to breathe. It is the worst.
I went right from having the flu to having a cold. Now that is the worst. I'm like, this is horrible. I hate this too. And you and I are thousands of miles apart from each other. And yet, I think I mentioned this to you last night when we hopped on the team meeting. We're on the same cycle. You realize that, right?
Well, but it's funny because I very rarely get sick. It just doesn't happen that often. And so that's why I am probably a little whiny bitch when I do get sick.
Are you though? That because there can't be any more of a whiner and oh, please give me health and joy. There's nobody that's more like that than I am. I am the worst. I want to just go to bed and I don't want to talk to anybody. But when I need something, I want it like right now.
I mean, I can go ask Sally if she thinks I'm a whiny little patient, but no, I honestly don't think I'm that whiny. I really don't.
All right, well that's good to know. I definitely don't fall into that category. And the other thing is that I get like afraid of everything. I'm like, oh my God, that ache, is that cancer? Is it coming? Is it is it happening to me?
I never had COVID. And so every time I've gotten sick since, I'm like, oh shit, is it COVID? Is it finally catching up to me? And it doesn't feel like it. I mean, I was like sick yesterday and I'm feeling better today already. So fingers crossed. But
yeah, but isn't COVID now just the flu? Isn't it just like the flu? Hasn't it like knocked itself down so many times because of all the times that people have gotten it and spread it and diluted it and all of that?
Yeah. That's my understanding. Exactly.
So I think I had it a second time. Now JJ would refuse to believe that I might have had it a second time. I know I had it the first time because I tested myself and I'm like, damn. But I had it towards the tail end of when everybody was getting it. So I think I was already on the tail end of having like the real serious one. But I had a majorly sore throat and all this stuff. But the first time you had it, you were fucking out. You were in bad shape. Well, what happened was I had COVID, which was a horrible sore throat followed by all the other stuffiness and all that. And then because I was in bed for so long and coughing so much, I threw my back out. That was worse than the flu. Was actually I couldn't move. I literally could not move.
Oh God, that sucks.
I don't know. So I went from the flu this time to having a cold, and I don't know. I think I had maybe 3 days of healthiness in there, which brings me to a really valid point here. And maybe you can help me with this. Do you take any supplements at all?
Yeah. I do like a vitamin D. I do CoQ10. I do like a baby aspirin. But like other than that, like no like ginseng and other stuff like that.
Like you don't do any, it sounds like you're not doing any of the herbal stuff, but you're doing all the major all the major alphabet letters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I do A, I do D with a little bit of the K2 in there. I think that's what it's called. I do C. I literally keep this bottle of vitamin C by my desk the entire day. And like, it's like candy for me. So I just eat a bunch of them.
Yeah, I have not been doing any vitamin C at all, and I probably should because God, I hate being stuffed
I
up.
just don't know that I don't know that they don't work. So for those of you that are believers in supplements, I'm not poo-pooing supplements. I don't know that they don't work, but I don't have any indication that they do work either.
I know, I'm with you.
And the supplement world, it's a multi-billion dollar industry. I
Oh,
mean,
big time.
and that's just at our house.
Mm,
Because JJ is a huge advocate for herbs and vitamins and vitamin supplements, and there's got to be hundreds of dollars of vitamins that run through this house every month.
I only like herbs when they come in 11 herbs and spices.
Well, yeah,
KFC.
that's so Geno's, or otherwise known as Kentucky Fried
KFC.
Chicken, right?
Yeah, Geno's, man, that's like
Taking it back, baby.
wow, and that's not only taking it back, but regional, right? That's going to be
Right.
our number one patient zero Funkin' fan will
Paul Morena.
recognize that, but not many others outside of the Baltimore area would recognize
Is that kind of like saying Little Tavern instead of White Castle? You remember Little Tavern
I
hamburger?
remember them. Was that specific to Maryland though? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was, because everywhere I went that had the very similar like branding and look for the
Mhm.
small little hamburgers, buy them by the bagful,
Yeah.
was White Castle. That was
Mm.
that was the name of the brand name of the burgers. But I think you got White Castle hamburgers at Lil Tavern.
Or maybe Little Tavern was just trying to steal from, rip off White Castle. Basically.
Okay, well maybe so. I mean that
Yeah, I told you my first job was at Geno's, right?
I think I remember that.
Yeah, where I almost
Yeah,
burned the
set
place
that-
down. I
Yes.
set the fryer on fire.
That was like day one too, wasn't it?
No, it was not day one. And I think I was 14, 15 years old, right? Like, I think I either lied about my age or got a work permit or some shit.
That was
And
great.
So Geno's was like a hamburger joint, but it was KFC. So
Right.
basically it was like a KFC with burgers. And I was the guy in the back cooking the chicken, right? So it was KFC chicken. And you're supposed to, with the fryers, I think it was, you cook 3 batches of chicken and then you drain
Right.
the oil and you put fresh oil in, right?
Right.
Well,
right.
when you drain the oil, you have to turn the heater off first. Otherwise, it will fucking light up, right?
Ignite.
So, of course, I'm there. I'm fucking 15 years old, whatever. And I forget to do that. And I'm draining the oil and I go do something. And I turn around and the fucking fryer is like flames shooting out of this fryer. I'm like,
God.
what the fuck? I don't even know if I grabbed my manager or I just screamed or what, but he turned around and saw it and calm as can be, walked over, shut the lid, sealed it up, flipped the power off, looked at me and said, give it 5 minutes, open it up and put more oil in. And then walked away like it fucking happens every goddamn day.
Well, it may not happen every day, but it happens with every new employee.
Right.
Is what it comes down to. No,
Exactly.
I never had a fast food experience. My brother worked at Roy Rogers, and I can just remember because my brother was 4 years older than I was when through our entire life until he passed. But he came home and he always smelled like grease. I mean, and the bottoms of his shoes, they were always slippery.
Yep.
Could not. When you get oil on the bottom of your shoe over an extended period of time, you can't get it out of your shoe. And my mom was so mad at him because he would, wear his shoes in the house and they get all over the rug.
Oh yeah, 100%. Fast food is just the worst.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. Well, it's very systemized. Okay.
Hey,
So
did you see? I saw a post that Emily put up on Facebook that she asked ChatGPT to describe in like a paragraph and do a graphic image of what her perfect life is or something like that.
okay. Based upon what? Based upon her over time input?
Well, that's what I found interesting that I asked, and I have not looked back to see the answer to that yet, because she said she asked ChatGPT this, and ChatGPT was eerily accurate.
Wow. Well, interesting. Well, it does, it's kind of like, when you have Alexa in your house for an extended period of time.
Hang on, I missed that. You said what?
When you have Alexa.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly.
I didn't say it loud enough for her to hear me, but
for Alexa to hear you.
right. But isn't it amazing? Didn't you mention to me something that you were either you did or somebody else said they were talking about something, a product that they were interested in, and there was no like online search for it. And then like the next day they see it in their feed. I'm like, that's fucking scary.
It's true. It's like you don't even have to be sending an email or texting somebody. You just fucking talking about something and it's going to show up in your ads the next day.
All right.
Here, I'm going to share my screen because I did pull the post up from Emily. And
okay,
she said, ChatGPT, based on what you know about me, can you create a graphical representation of how you envision my life to look? And look at this.
Wow, that is very Emily. That's
right?
Very Emily.
So I posted, hey, how do I train? I mean, I'm assuming that ChatGPT was so smart for her because it's learning from her and she uses it a lot. I almost never use it, but I'm so curious how you can train ChatGPT to do that. It's really
I get that one a lot. Let's see the one that's above your name, the one above your name. So scroll up a little bit higher than that. I get that style a lot. Whenever I ask for an image or something like that, I'm like, whoa, it's all like psychedelic. But hers is very earth tony and warm and feeling like a house in the woods. Definitely a New Hampshire, Maine kind of spirit. You can tell immediately. Look, it's got a podcast microphone, a computer in there. It's got all the things, including well, maybe Emily's hair isn't quite as long as that AI version of Emily that's in there.
No, but it is an eerily accurate representation of a generic version of Emily. So the text that they wrote, the written description, you live in a cozy home filled with natural light and meaningful pieces that speak to your personality, perhaps some high quality, durable plateware in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I can envision a stack of well-loved books and journals near your favorite reading spot covering topics like philosophy, psychology, health, and spirituality, inviting you into deep reflection. And what's so goddamn funny about that is it writes this sentence, topics like philosophy, psychology, health, and spirituality. Look at the actual image that's on her wall.
Yeah. I
see. ChatGPT added this image of like a poster on her wall, and it did spell it correctly in the text,
the sentence, but it doesn't get it right in the picture. It never gets spelled. I don't understand ChatGPT when it comes to images. It always fucks up the spelling. Why is that?
It's crazy. How can it be so fucking accurate, but then put up, look, there's even a capo on the guitar right there, right? That's crazy. Right. So, but then in the poster, it says philology, psychology, health, and the T is capitalized. Health, literally health 3 times, and spirituality. Yeah, what the actual fuck? It's like the tough stuff it gets. The easy stuff, nah, forget it.
I want to share with you something that it may change the whole topic that we're heading down the path on, which is the whole path that you were just sharing. But I think it's important and very relevant that you showed that, because you showed a post and you said, hey, did you see the beginning of that? You preface it with, did you see this Emily post? I didn't see the Emily post because right now I'm practicing something that I will tell you what the longer term is for what I'm about to have as my goal. But I'm practicing disassociating myself with social media. And for no other...
Now wait a minute. Is disassociating yourself with social media different from taking a break from social media?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're taking a break from social media.
Disassociating mean not associating with...
Well,
I'm sorry. Maybe it's too big a word. Hold on a second.
No, I get it, but I don't understand why you would complicate. I mean, there is a term for like taking a break from social media, but disassociating yourself to me sounds like you could be saying, well, I still scroll. I just don't post.
No, that's funny. It's like, can I just look at it?
Right? Exactly.
I think maybe I used the wrong version of the word. The word says disassociation is the mental process that involves disconnecting from one's thoughts, feelings, memories, or sense of identity. And that's not what I'm doing.
Right. You are literally disconnecting from
Sorry, everybody.
Media,
for Nice Guy Community, please understand why when I have a guest on the show like I had on today that I interviewed, by the way, great guest, David Prescott and Michael Ashley, talking about creative destruction, how ESG mandates are destroying capitalism, costing you money, and wrecking America. And you may not even know what ESG is.
Oh, is that like what R blank does? Like the electromagnetics, whatever?
No, ESG is environmental, social, and governance. It's how companies are scored based upon a set of parameters that would say, are you carbon neutral? Are you carbon negative? Do you have diversity, equity, and include, what is a DEI, a DIE, or whatever that is?
Yeah.
Do you have that as a part of your board? All of the things. So I had a really great guest on today, but the thing I had to start with is, what the fuck is ESG?
Yeah, I have no fucking idea.
I'd never heard of it. And there's this whole business and this whole philosophy around disconnecting from ESG because it's destroying America and America's values. Because it's forcing America's values. By forcing, you are disconnecting. By making a company be carbon neutral or carbon negative, or have a diverse board, is actually hurting America, because it is putting us in a position where you're saying, okay, well, I know based upon this company, your board should look like and represent this, rather than this person. It's not merit based. It's I guess philosophy based.
Okay. I would like to hear the interview. I don't think I agree with that philosophy strictly from the standpoint of public companies have a responsibility to their shareholders, right? Their only responsibility is to make money for their shareholders to grow, to make profit, right? So
right. So continue that thought, though. Continue that thought, but continue that. So does that mean that by having, what if being environmentally sound is a part of the ESG score that they get? But what if they're a company that develops oil and gas, or what if they're a company that is like Tesla, that is very, very, their product is carbon neutral or carbon negative, but the manufacturing of that product puts them down the crapper when it comes to environmental standards, because they have to mine and all the shit that happens because they're mining the batteries.
Well, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong with this ESG score that companies get, right? This isn't a score that the government is saying you have to have your score below this. This is just something that goes out to the public. You'd
like to think that, but what if the government places a score on it and says, if you don't retain or exceed that score, meaning in a good way, if you don't do the things that are ESG positive, then we are not going to provide you with governmental financing. We're not going to promote you. You're not going to be able to have any kind of government subcontractors work on this, and you're not going to be able to sell to the government if you don't subscribe to the ESG score of that or above. Now, that to me doesn't sound like that would be right.
Has that actually happened, Doug?
I would read the book if I were you. I would at least read the preface of the book and listen to the interview that I did. It's December 11th, I think, is the air date. David Prescott and Michael Ashley. I think that you will understand their perspective a lot more clearly than I'm doing the poor job of explaining it here, because I'm not an ESG expert. I'm just like, this is happening today. This is going on in the world today. They're like, hey, if a company that is a food supplier has to subscribe to the ESG standards, or they will not get the government subsidies that they're supposed to get or could get, or not getting the financing, do you know how disconnected we will be? Because China, Russia, and all of the other countries that are out there that don't have this as a parameter that they need to follow. Do you realize that 60 to 80% of our food will be 10 times overpriced because we can't compete in that environment, because we're trying to reach this score, and that's the only metric that we're being governed by?
Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I said a minute ago is this happening, or is this being proposed? Like, I understand that this is happening. This is happening now. So our government is putting restrictions on companies and saying, if you don't meet this score, we're going to penalize you in some way.
Yes.
That's interesting, because my argument was going to be, look, public company, you do whatever the fuck you want, right?
Well, right.
And if there is a huge swath of the public that sees your ESG score and decides that they don't want to buy your product, well, then that's your fucking problem, right? But if you're saying that this arbitrary score, and again, I'm throwing arbitrary out because I haven't heard your interview, this arbitrary score is affecting businesses because of government regulation, yeah, I gotta say, I am, in big picture, I am not for that at all.
Listen to the interview. I was fascinated by it. I dropped the F-bomb a couple of times, and I brought them right along with me, which is always good, when I can bring them down the rabbit hole of despair. Anyhow, that wasn't even the reason why I brought that up.
Okay.
I brought that up because I am disconnecting, thank you, from social media, and I haven't looked in the last several days. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet. I'm just toying with the idea. But you know me, I'm a black or white kind of guy, right?
Yeah, that is 100% true.
I said to JJ the other day, just joking, I said, you know what? 2025, I am taking the year off of social media.
Whoa.
I know, right? I don't know. I'm not a huge advocate of social media to begin with. Maybe I fall in love and out of love with it based upon whatever's going on in my life. But right now, I feel like I'm not getting a lot of value from it. And so, and it does pull me in. Like, I love those reels or whatever it is on Facebook, those little stories that I watch, the videos, but I can get lost in them. And I don't know that I want that I don't feel like I'm abusing that or I'm addicted to that, but I also don't think it serves me any purpose.
It's entertaining, but you don't find that valuable to you, which is fine. I mean, if you just say, hey, I find this entertaining and I like to kill time with it, then that's okay. But if you say, I find this entertaining, but I think it's a waste of time, it's not so entertaining that it's worth my time, then that's okay too.
Correct. I don't find that it offers a lot of value. I think that there are other things that I do in my life that if I leaned into more, I could get more value and more, I guess, more goodness out of for myself. Then which would be value, more value out of it than this. It's not the doom scroll, because I'm not a doom scroller, but I'm an entertainment. I'm like looking for the cats and funny poses and that kind of stuff.
So you haven't been on social media in how many days?
Well, I haven't posted on social media in over a week, I'm sure. I haven't looked at social media in the last couple of days, and honestly, it's fine. Except for when somebody says, "Hey, did you see the post about?" I'm like. And every once in a while, I'll get something on my phone that will tell me that I don't know what social media app or notification that I have, but it'll say, hey, this person said this, you may want to check it out. I'm like, So I haven't checked it out, but I have at least gotten it to my phone.
I think that's probably a good thing. Yeah. I really would miss it. I mean, are you still reading your 1440 digest every day so you at least know what's happening in the news?
I would like to say I have read it recently, but I get it, and I have archived it before I have read it.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's the one thing I do first thing when I wake up in the morning. Usually I just read my 1440 digest, and I enjoy getting the recap of the news, and I'm a little terrified as to what those recaps are going to be after January 20th, but it is what it is. We'll see.
The first thing I do is check out the Stripe notifications. That's the first thing I do in the morning.
Why does that not surprise you?
First thing I do is Stripe notifications. Second thing I do is email. Third thing I go to is Wells Fargo, and then around the financial wheel.
To each his own. We all have our own focus. I'm glad you're focused on that, because I'm just gotta be focused on I'll tell you what, all the fires. There's been a lot of fires this week.
There has been a bunch of fires in.
And by the way, the listeners, when we say fires, we mean with turnkey, not like actual literal fires.
I thought you meant actual fires, because I'm in we're in the other season that California has. It's either sunny or it's either earthquake season or fire season. And right now we're in fire. We are in fire season pretty heavily, pretty heavy. I forgot what I was going to say. Talking about entertainment. So I want to be able to spend more of my time watching excellent shows like Succession, because right now I'm on the last episode of Succession.
The very last episode.
The very last episode. I have 45 minutes. It was a longer episode. I think it was an hour and 15 minutes. So I have about 45 minutes left of the last episode.
I guess we'll have to wait till next week to talk about it then, because I have feelings about the last episode.
When you say feelings, don't tell me what happened, but when you say feelings, okay, you can't tell me. You don't give.
Yeah, I really can't tell you without spoiling what's going to happen.
Okay, can I go back to MASH for a second? Can I just go back to?
Sure, why not? A show that went off the air 30 years ago.
All right,
40 years ago?
so Matt, and this spoiler alert. If you haven't
by the
seen
way,
MASH,
Sally is a big MASH fan, so she hasn't called in. She said she hasn't called in the past couple of weeks, but she may call in for this one then.
All right, so do we have voicemails for this week?
We have 6. Yes.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Well, let me get through this because I think this is important, and I have a couple of other topics that I actually want to. I think I have a couple. One other topic that I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Where were we going? What were we talking about? I just lost it.
That was so.
God damn it.
Oh, MASH. That was it.
Oh yeah, MASH. Thanks so much. Okay. The last episode of MASH. Okay.
Yeah.
The war is over. They're all going home. Everybody's good. The helicopter goes up with Hawkeye in it, and it doesn't need to crash.
No, hang on. Goes up with Hawkeye. That was.
I'm sorry. Was it Trapper John? Sorry, it was one of the guys.
Well, no, that was.
Wait,
that wasn't the end. That was like when one of the main characters left, but that was like halfway through, right? I don't think anybody died like that in the last episode. I could be wrong.
The final scene in which Radar informs the 4077 of the death of Henry Blake, who was unprecedented. It was the first time in American television history that the main character departing a comedy series was killed off in a tragic way. And you're right. That may not have been the last episode.
Right.
The character leaves the show. There was no reason for them to kill him off. He was gone. He was not coming back another season, another episode.
Yeah.
But they killed him.
Yeah. And your point?
My point is, so hold on a second. Longtime fans have wondered, why did Henry Blake leave MASH? His departure came in the season 3 finale with his tragic death, summarizing the show's core message about war. Okay. All right. I get it.
Right. I mean, it's obviously it's a comedy, right?
All right.
But it's set in war, and it's like, look, war is hell. This is shit. Like, even when you think you got out, even when you think you've done your time. All
right. The reason I brought that up is because in this 4th season, I think it's the 4th seasons of Succession. Is that how many? I think so. In the 4th season, they didn't really have to kill Logan. They didn't have to.
The dad,
but they did. And I think the show would have been, again, I've only got 45 minutes left in the last episode, so I don't know what's about to happen. I'm sure there's going to be some really good final moments in this show. They didn't need to kill him to continue the character development that they have continued. I think they still are maintaining the same lack of character, these final, the final 3 or 4 of the siblings, that the show is promoting. But I don't know if they needed to kill Logan Roy.
I thought it was pretty brilliant. I remember when I saw that episode, I think it was the first episode of season 4 where they killed him. Through the entire episode, I was thinking to myself,
yeah,
did they really? Is he
coming back?
Yeah. And I thought it was a really good move. I thought it kind of pushed the plot along, and it made me continue watching through the end of the season to see what would happen, because every episode I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm going to stop watching. But it's really well written, but I just hate all the characters.
I love
shitty.
them. I love them. Now, the question is, do you kill a character in the last episode of the previous season or the first episode of the new season? That's the thing. I mean, like,
yeah, no, that's true. They could have had that be a hanger at the end of season 3. Right. We would have had to wait for like a year. Yeah,
right.
That would have been bad.
Right. That would have been really bad. Like, they're doing CPR on the guy in the plane, and like, did he survive or didn't he survive? That would have been a really good one. But no, they bring it right up that first episode. I think it was in season 4. And I'm like, hold on. why did they do it now? Why didn't they either wait until most of the way through this season, or I don't know. Or if that happened, is it going to like ignite or shock somebody into stepping up and actually being a real leader? And of course, the answer is no.
Well, and I think that was what they were trying to get at, was that, they're going to kill him off, and all of his kids who have
Yeah.
been fighting over
Yeah.
who's going to run it. Well, guess what? Daddy's choice doesn't matter anymore. You got to figure it out for yourselves. And so what do? Do they figure it out? Fuck no.
No, they argue about it and they go through the. What's interesting about that show is, we really never find out much about the product or the deliverables that the company has. Nobody actually works. They just argue about who's going to run the company.
Well, you know what it is. It's fucking Fox News. I mean,
well, it's like Fox News, but that's just one of their channels. They have a real estate channel, they have a theme park channel, they have all these other
their
things,
cruise lines, and
their
shit.
cruise lines, and everyone has scandal involved in it too.
Yeah.
The character that weaseled his way in the entire way is the tall guy. I forget his name.
Oh,
the cousin,
the husband.
No, not Tom.
The cousin. Yeah, Greg.
Like Greg. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, and everybody is everybody in this show is a fucking yes man, and nobody can make a fucking decision worth shit. I mean, even I think about this, and I think about like the leadership of these major multi-billion-dollar corporations with their CEOs, CFOs, COOs, their legal counsel, and all of their underlings and advisors. And I think, everybody is always so fucking afraid of the leader that they won't say their word, say their opinion, say their stance, because they're afraid they're going to be dumped.
I thought Greg was the least shitty character.
Yeah,
but he's so fucking stupid.
He's the most pliable of all the characters.
But he was so dumb. So there's just nobody I really.
He's dumb. One of my favorite scenes is Logan Roy's brother getting up and delivering Logan's eulogy and talking about how shitty a guy he was.
It was perfect. It was so appropriate.
It wasn't quite over the line of distasteful, because and I loved him. Basically is what he's saying. I love this guy in spite of who he was, a complete asshole and misogynist and all of the things. So who does Logan Roy represent? If it's Fox News, who is Logan Roy supposed to be?
Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, okay. Is Rupert Murdoch own Fox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, there is,
and their whole family.
Right. And there actually right now is a huge ass fight going on between him and his kids. So he's got 2 or 3 kids, 3 or 4 maybe. And like they are fighting over who's going to get it when he dies. Like literally they are, when you fucking die, which could be, I think he's in his 90s or something.
Right.
And apparently something got written in the will that was like locked and couldn't be changed. And after he did that, so it was going to split between all the kids.
Right.
Well, maybe it's 4 kids, and I think 3 of them, or maybe it's 3 kids, but 2 of them have, since that locked will thing, right? 2 of them have come out and said, hey, we think this Fox News shit is crap, and we want to make this a better company. And yes, we want to keep profiting, but not at the expense of fucking lying to people and calling it news every day.
Right.
And when that came out, Rupert is basically in court trying to reverse the locked thing that he did with his will to unlock it.
Oh, well, I loved when Logan Roy's written piece of paper was found in his safe in his office, and it basically said, "I want to name not Roman, the other guy, Kendall as the president," but it was it underlined or crossed out? Because it's like
right. We couldn't tell if it was
shit.
actually Kendall's name was underlined or if he was crossing out Kendall's name to write another name. So messed up.
It's the best. Yeah. It is the greatest. So I've enjoyed watching this show very, very much.
Yeah.
Before we get into voicemail, I do have one other topic that I want to just bring up because I know you wanted to have a short episode, and I'm sure we'll just keep this one a short one, just over an hour.
It's already 35 minutes long.
Okay.
We have 6 voicemails, but okay.
The sheer volume of text marketing that I get now is off the chain ridiculous.
Okay.
I get so many. I probably get 5 messages a day. Is this Doug? Hey, I just want to make sure you got my last message. Hey, what's going on? Like from numbers that I don't know. What are they hoping to accomplish? Are they luring me in? What do they want to try to accomplish?
Didn't we talk about this on an episode once? Because there was a
search engine.
Search engine. There was a search engine episode.
That's the scam things. I'm thinking that some of these, like the one I got today. Hold on a second. I'll just read one of the several that I got today. Hey, it's Jake from AI Sales Systems. Is this Doug? If this is not, please respond with no. Like,
well, that's interesting. I have not gotten anything like that. I've gotten ones that are like, hey, we have a great work from home opportunity. Text back if you're interested. But I've never gotten one that's like, is this Doug? Text me back. I've never gotten that.
So I'm just wondering, I'm assuming they're doing them because people are responding, and I'm assuming that text messages are probably the number, it's probably got like a 90% open rate as opposed to email that's like 0.1% open rate now. So I'm just curious, is this actually working? And if so, how do we get a part of it?
I honestly think I cannot believe that it's working. I think it's all about scale. I got to believe that 98% of people just mark it as spam and never get back, but the 2% is enough for them for whatever it is that they're trying to do.
As I mark it with, is this trash or is this spam and trash? Because I think I get that option from my telephone carrier from T-Mobile.
Okay.
Do they get a bad ESG mark?
Yeah. Because at least mine, as soon as I get a message like that, immediately I get something that says, hey, do you know this person or is this spam? And if I check the box, it says, we will report this as spam. We will report the number and we will block it so they can't text you again.
That's good. Now, is that a part of, I don't get all that.
I bet that's my Android. I think that's part of my Android.
Have an Apple phone. They probably use it so that they can get some additional data points or something like that. I'm sure. I'm like, all right, let's see if Doug responded to this. If he responded, we're going to make sure that we send him all of the whatever via Alexa or whatever. Wait, is Apple's not Alexa, right? No, Amazon is Alexa. Does Apple have it? Yeah, Siri. Now, how come Siri doesn't have a market?
That's really interesting because I have not thought about, but I'm not an Apple guy. Like I think about Google or Alexa. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think about Alexa because I don't use Alexa anymore, but does anybody not use Google Chrome?
No.
Like, I wonder what percentage of the people that are out there use another internet browser. You remember Netscape?
Oh God, yeah.
Netscape was out there. So at some point, like, what are the top? Are you doing that right now? What are the top browsers? Yeah. I'm curious. I want to know what percentage of people use Google Chrome as opposed to Safari or any other, not as a search tool, but just as an internet browser.
Well, this is interesting. Google Chrome is the most used browser with over 65% across platforms. I would think it would be higher than that.
Who's second?
U.S. market share, Chrome has 49%. Oh, Apple Safari is the second most popular with 18%. Nobody else has more than 5%.
Wow. And what's third?
Well, it's not actually giving me a list.
Other. I always wanted to start a company called Other.
Other. Yeah. That's like I wanted to name my band Free Beer. So, when we show up, it's like, what's on tonight? Free beer. Oh, hell yeah, I'm going there.
I'll be there for sure. All right, let's dig into voicemails. I know we got 6, as you said, and I know that we are both. I don't know what happened to me. I went all downhill. I just like 2 hours ago. I just started getting I felt sick. Like, why do I have a cold again?
I don't know. I just want to get over mine because I just fucking hate being sick. Okay, we got you. I got to check all the this and the that and the other and change this one to make sure everything's going to come out the right place. Let's try it. Let's see what we got. You ready? Doug's blowing his nose right now. He was kind enough to mute, but that's why he didn't answer in the affirmative.
I am ready.
Oops.
I love when you do that.
I check all the fucking sounds in the right place. And then what do? I grab the wrong goddamn
that one. Here we go.
Here we go.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
You know, I was doing a brief check of some of our shows, our longest existing clients, and I discovered through going to Listen Notes that many of our longstanding clients are in the top 10% of podcast ranked globally among 3.4 million podcasts.
There are 3 million fucking podcasts out now.
I think that number isn't extremely accurate as it relates to active podcasts, but I think it is a accurate number as it relates to podcasts that are on like the major platforms, because I think I heard some stat. It was something like 700,000 of the last 700,000 of the over 3 million podcasts have had an episode come out in the last 90 days.
That's a lot. Okay.
And less than 9% have had episodes come out in the last 30 days.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically a lot of podcasts that are starting constantly and then not making it.
Right. Exactly. So
interesting.
It is pretty interesting, but I do like the fact that we really should start hanging our hat on some of those stats, you know, of the we could say something like, I don't know, we'd have to figure out the exact numbers, but for those podcasts that stay in the podcasting space for more than 12 months and with Turnkey, 60% of them have a globally ranked top 10% show or something like that.
I think we should totally say that we've launched X number of shows that are globally in the top 10% of all shows listened to. That would be fucking brilliant.
Does that come in the same breath that says that 2% of our clients take up 90% of our time?
No, that's the one we keep to ourselves and we never say out loud.
Okay, I got it.
We know it, we believe it, but we don't say it out loud. That's
the
80-20 rule.
When I become that customer, can you do me a favor? Call that vendor and tell that vendor that they no longer have a need for our money. Because are we that customer with our marketing company? Do you think we're that customer?
No, I don't think so at all. I think we're a tweener with our marketing company. I think we are more work than some of their clients, but nowhere near that top 20% of the ones that take up 80% of the time.
Well, when you gave me that, Strickland does a great job of kind of getting me back on track. Nice Guy Community. I know you already know that I am the river and he is the river banks. And so when I started doing my little freak out moment of, we're investing this, thousands and thousands of dollars in this marketing effort, and I'm like not seeing any of the results. And, we're about 2 months into it. Strickland says, give me your HubSpot account. Just give me your account. He goes in and he gives me all of these stats, which completely puts me in a different frame of mind. Nothing changed other than my perspective. So why don't you tell everybody what you did? I'd love you to kind of float your own boat here.
Well, Doug was thinking, hey, we're getting these leads, but they suck and we're paying for them and I haven't closed any yet. And I, do we want to keep paying for these leads that suck because I'm not closing any? And I said, look, anecdotally, I don't know if you're giving it enough time, but I really, I've never looked into the history of your leads, what percentages you close, how quickly you close them. I've never looked into any of that, which is really bad on me. I mean, I'm the stats guy, right? So I log into your HubSpot and I pull all the data down of our current clients and people you won and the ones that you lost, and found that we have a window that is an active window of anywhere from 1 month to to, I don't even have it in front of me now, 1 to 3 months, 1 to 4
Right,
months is our
right,
sweet
yeah.
spot.
Yep.
And that between 4 and 6 months, you close a few here and there, but really after 6 months, it's pretty dead. But that our average new lead from our new marketing company was in the like 46-day window,
Right,
which is about a
right.
month and a half.
Right.
So we're right in the sweet spot of where you can probably close them still.
All right, and I'm feeling pretty confident that the next 45 days, I feel like I have more leads in our pipeline than I've ever. We're talking business here. Should we stop? Like I have more leads in the pipeline than I think I've had in quite some time, and I feel more positive about a number of them. And you know what else happens when you're positive about the leads that you're getting from your marketing company? All of the other leads that you have start to come to life too, because something about that law of attraction says that if you want it, it will come to you. And it is. It's like even my dormant leads that I developed on my own, a number of them are coming back out of hibernation and back into play. So again, I look at it and think, oh shit, I wish I could have a crystal ball just to see. Like, I don't mind spending the $3,000 or whatever, if it's going to be a profitable monthly return. But I do mind spending the money if it's not going to be, of course, if there's not going to be an ROI. I don't want to spend, through the course of it. And then I start telling myself the story, and that's 36 grand that we're going to spend this year, not getting anything in return. I'm like, it's not going to get there. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho.
And when I was looking at the numbers, I didn't have an agenda, right?
Right.
If I saw that the leads that we've been getting do seem to be dead and they've taken too long, I would have been like, you know what? You're fucking right, Doug. I'm glad you brought this up. Let's cut these guys off. But it wasn't the case. I think you are well in your window, and I think we're in very good shape right now.
All right. Well, let us ride.
Let's ride. Voicemail number 1.
Hello, Doug. Hello,
Emily.
Strickland and Sally. Hey, you guys, I listened to your episode this week and your interview episode, and it was so realistic, and I wish I was kidding. Okay, moving on really fast.
Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Sally, I'm.
She was listening to my interview episode, our interview episode. Where?
Well, we kind of interviewed Sally last week.
Oh, our interview episode with Sally. I thought there was another.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't actually an interview episode.
I got it.
It turned into you interviewing Sally.
She wasn't listening to a Monday episode and had comments. She was listening to our Friday episode with Sally 2 weeks ago, and she had questions. And
right, a large chunk of which felt like an interview.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here we go.
Sally, I'm so sorry I did not call about that episode of Sally because I loved it. I actually super appreciated Sally sharing her story. I have someone in my family very close to me who has overcome this year for the first time ever, his relationship with not just alcohol, but some other things. So it was actually really beautiful to hear like the actual experience that Sally had. I really, really appreciate her sharing, and I hope you do more things like that again, where people are just like kind of sharing some of the real, yeah. Anyway, now that I like your guys' reel too, but I really did enjoy that, and I'm sorry I didn't call to say that. It kind of was a bit of a flurry last week, with the daylight savings and the who knows what and the election and yeah. All right. Thank you for all you both do. Sending big hugs, lots of love. I don't know how to end these things. Erica always does it so nicely. Okay, lots of love.
Oops, sorry.
So I think what I heard her say in there somewhere was that there was some great interview skills. That's what I
heard too. And that Sally's story was incredibly engaging and intriguing. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great job of me pulling out the story from Sally. And I think that there was a lot of very pointed questions, and it was good research that was done. And Sally was there too. That's good.
Of course, that's how you.
That's how it was in my head.
His own. All right.
That's how it was in my head.
All right. Are we ready for the next voicemail?
Thanks, Emily.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Hey, Newman. Oh, wait, that's the wrong show.
Newman.
This is Erica. So, yes, you didn't get voicemails last week. I'm assuming everybody else was pretty much in the same state I was. I had a lot to say, but I was processing everything that went on with the election, so I didn't leave voicemails. This week, I probably will be making up for it with lots of them. So let me start with this. I adored Sally's presentation the week before, so I know this has been 2 weeks since then, but since I didn't tell you last week, I really thought that was useful, helpful, wonderful information. I hope lots of people got value from that, and really want to thank her and thanking you guys for having her on and for her sharing all of that. So wanted to start with that one. And that's probably the most important thing from what I didn't say last week. So I'll call you back with more, I am sure. All right. Take care and be well.
Okay. More praise for Sally. I love that. You're muted, Doug, by the way. Shh. Hold on. Now he can't find the mute button.
I couldn't find my cursor.
You were what?
Could not find my cursor. I could
Apparently
not find.
not.
I'm in. When you does this happen when you're on Zoom? When somebody shares their screen, does it automatically go into full screen mode for you?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so it went into full screen mode, and I guess I hadn't touched the cursor since. Is it called a cursor or mouse? What is it called nowadays?
Good question. I call it a mouse, whatever.
Anyhow, so I couldn't unmute myself. Okay.
To
Good.
say that what you heard from Erica was that you have great interviewing skills. Is that what you heard from that message too?
Something like that.
Because what I heard was I really enjoyed Sally's message. It really reiterated it with me, and that she was very brave to have put it right out there on the Nice Guys on Business.
All
right, we're ready for the next voicemail then.
Sally,
Oh, we're definitely going to be getting a new voicemail from Sally this week.
Sally, we need you to leave messages. See, this is what happens when you go away for a couple of weeks. You have no one to defend you other than Strickland. And, for me, I'm always going to argue with Strickland. So it's 2 against 1 is okay in this case.
Okay, let's get to the next voicemail.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here, voicemail number 2. So, Doug, I need to do a little course correction with regarding freeway information. So you were sharing last week I'm listening today on Friday, but by the time you get this, it'll be last week, about the fires that are burning, and God forbid, I hope that nothing entered Ojai and that all is well by the time you get this. And anyway, you were sharing with Strick about where the fire was burning, and you mentioned that all it needed to do was to jump the freeway, and you mentioned, here in California, we refer to it as the 126.
Right.
Well, here's the course correction. First things, I'm sure your listeners all know, maybe they don't, right? All freeways in the United States that are odd numbered run north and south, and freeways that are even numbered run east and west. So here's an example of something, and that is Highway 101 here in California runs north and south, and it is up from Washington State all the way down through California and ends in LA. So it runs by you, Doug. Up here in Northern California, we just say Highway 101.
What?
Down there where you are, you call it the 101. So while you're referring to it as the 126, we would just call it 126. So we can't tell everybody that here in California we call it the 126, because here in California we have what goes on in the north part of the state and what goes on in the south part of the state. So how's that for my stickler saboteur showing up and making sure that everybody really knows? Not that that's any useful information for anybody, but what the hell. All right, that's it for this voicemail, and I'll call you back with more, I'm sure, as I keep listening. All right, be well.
Yeah,
That's
U.S.
really
highway
interesting.
system. It's just confusing.
Well, it's really interesting that it is regional is what I got out of that. Regional Northern California. They don't say the word but we do
Yeah.
say the Republic of California. The United State of California, the new country. I think we're going to break off at the San Andreas Fault, and everything that goes to the west of that is going to become a country of its own.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
Next.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica
Hmm.
here, voicemail number 3. So for this one, you guys just mentioned the question of, maybe we should get together for our 10th anniversary recording and meet up somewhere. You weren't talking about the celebration, I believe. You were just talking about maybe we meet up and invite people to record together. So you know me, I'm going to put out my favorite place to meet up. I think you should come to Northern California, come to Napa, and do a recording up here. You can taste wine. If Strickland needs to bring a one of
Oops, sorry. I clicked the wrong
and
thing.
do a recording up here. You can taste wine. If Strickland needs to bring a flask along with Fireball in it, then so be it. But there's plenty of wine up here. It's a great place to hang out, and also there's also a nearby casino, Strickland. So if you have to, we can all pop over there and you can do a little gambling. But I think it would be a fun thing. So I'm just saying, I'm putting my plug in for the meetup to be somewhere up in wine country here in Northern California. So that's part 1 of this one, so I don't have to leave you a 4th voicemail. The only 2 cents I have to chime in about the whole election issue is I'm still processing it. I think I'll probably have a lot more to say next week. For right now, probably the best thing I heard on one of the podcasts I listen to, which I listen to a million of them as well, Doug. And I don't know that this was on Legal AF or George Conway Explains All or whatever I was listening to. But someone said, for those of us that weren't supporters and voters for who won, the worst that we can do is hope that he fails and that we get to say, I told you so, because that's really shooting ourselves in the foot, because we'll probably all be blown up. But the best thing we can do is hope to God he gets strong enough people around him to support him in doing something good. And let's pray for that one, because I couldn't even fathom it going any other way. Other than I'm going to start looking at property in I don't know, Australia or something. But other than that, that's my 2 cents. I'm going to do my best to practice the sage perspective here and look at this as a gift or opportunity. And I think that if it's a gift and opportunity, it is for me and for all of us to stay in our hearts, love each other, be kind to one another, and be more adamant about showing up in the world with our gifts, because right now we all need them. So that's what I take.
Oh, I think I must have cut her off. Let's see
3
if this
minutes.
is a continuation.
Wee boop. Hey, I noticed that that she mentioned come to Northern California, Strickland specifically saying you, because look, if you need to have Fireball or gambling, it's there. I love how the 2 vices are liquor and gambling.
Right.
It could have been like Bible study and granola making class.
Could be.
But no, it went right to liquor and gambling for Strickland.
Yep. No doubt. It's because Erica knows me so well. Yeah.
We don't have to get into the political side of what she said, but there is no way in hell that he's going to put himself around anybody other than a yes man. Let me just say that. There's no.
Oh, you can already see it with who he's
Right.
putting in for his cabinet.
Yep.
I mean, he's nominated for Secretary of Defense, a fucking Fox News anchor. Yes, the guy did serve in the military. He was in the National Guard. Yes, he was in Iraq and Afghanistan. But serving in the military does not mean that you know how the fucking military works. I mean, it's so fucking ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I can't comment because it it is that ridiculous as I'm listening to the cabinet he is assigning. It's so stupid.
And then Matt Gaetz is being put in for who the fuck knows? I don't even know that it matters. But Matt Gaetz, you know what? I don't even want to get into it. It's just not even worth it. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's
Did
just
you hear
insane.
Did you listen to the Journal this morning or today or yesterday?
No.
Sorry.
No.
They were talking about Warren Buffett,
Okay.
Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
And he's taken over the last several quarters, he's taken $300 billion out of the stock market, and he's put it into cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really
treasury bonds. So
that's not a good thing. Now, there's one thing I'm not complaining about. You know that the Tesla stock that I bought,
yeah.
fucking 100 years ago before anybody knew what Tesla was.
Yep.
Hang on, let me look it up now.
Yeah, I have
right
Tesla
before
too,
the election.
because of you.
You what?
I have Tesla because of you also.
Oh, well, that was a good choice. Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now.
I think I actually have a monthly. I'm pulling it up now too. I have a monthly buy of Tesla because of you.
Yeah, the day before the election, I believe it was at 2. Let's see, 10, 20. Look at the dates here.
Yeah,
It
right
was
now.
at like 240. Yeah, 11.5. It was at 244, and right now it's at
307.
311.
Yeah.
So
Tesla
yeah.
in the last month, it is up 38%. In the last 3 months, it's up 48%. Year to date, not as good. It's only up 22%. In the last year, it's up almost 31%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's how much of my portfolio? It's 5% of my portfolio with Robinhood. It is a and so what are the pundits saying about it? 42% say buy, 35% say hold, 23% say sell. So it's kind of like it's a tweener. It's like you couldn't really get much out of that. If you go with the majority, it's a buy stock right now.
Mm-hmm.
And not that Strickland and I are financial advisors. We do not play one on television. If you've been playing along in the game with us with Robinhood, we are both probably still on the downside. So whatever we say, don't follow our advice. Although this year in the market, I think you'd have to be a loser to lose money in the market this year. But this year, just from January, I'm up 25%. In 1 year, I'm up 32% overall. So it's like, fuck, God, if the market could just do that every fucking year. Fortunately. So why is Buffett putting 300 billion plus into treasury bonds? I mean, I'm like, why is he putting it all into cash right now?
Now, is he actually holding it as cash, or did he put it into treasury?
No.
bonds?
Well, he's putting it into the treasury. I don't think there's any place that he could put it into. He's
He's not
it
allowed to hold it as just cash. I don't know.
I don't think there's I don't think he could get insurance for it at that level. Somebody comes and robs the bank. They're taking all of Warren's money out, nobody else's money. Hey, what happened to the bank? It's okay. We're in with Warren. They took all his money. We're good. $300 billion, even at 4%, even at a 4% return of investment, 10% would be 30 billion, 4%, 50. So a little over $12 billion a year in interest alone.
That's crazy. That's insane.
That's the magic of
That is
compound
insane.
interest, Strickland.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
can we listen to these last two voicemails?
Yeah, listen to today's or yesterday's episode of the Journal if you want to get more information on why is Warren Buffett putting all his money into cash. Okay.
He's a smart guy. So
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here. I guess there is voicemail number 4 because I talked so long last time I got cut off. Anyway, where I was in the middle of saying, so I guess what I'm going to do is take all the energy I have about my sadness, my anger, my disappointment, and all of my emotional upset of how things turned out, and take all that energy and bring it forward into doing the best I can to make the world a better place from my small corner of the world. And that's what I'm going to do with this because we need it. And I hope everybody listening all does the same, regardless of how anybody voted, that we all love each other and use our individual gifts and strengths to bring more positivity to the world, because that's what we forgot. So that's it. Love you guys. Love the show. And really appreciate you. All right. Bye.
That was very sweet and very sad at the same time, because, it's just, we're in a weird place right now.
We are in a little bit of a weird place. And I'm not at all dismissing Erica's feelings. I think Erica definitely should have feel the feelings that she is feeling. I tend to look just a teeny different perspective when I look at something happening that I was not wanting to happen. And that is, okay, I'm still maintaining my positive attitude. I will retrieve or pull out of Trump's cabinet selections and his position all of the humor and characterization of putting him exactly where I think that he kind of has aligned himself with, and dismissing all of the shitty stuff, because it's like my dad used to talk about the guy that's standing outside the office that has the big picture window and looking in there and looking at the guy that's diving in, and he's diving into all this little shit that's in there. And he's like, the guy comes out, he's covered in shit. And the guy goes like, why? And he's got this huge smile on his face. Like, you're smiling in shit all the time. Why are you smiling so much? And the guy says, with all the shit in here, there's got to be a pony, So it's like, I'm just looking for the pony. I am just looking for the pony. Something good, togetherness, cohesiveness, community growth, alignment. Maybe it's just that we know what we don't want, or maybe it is that maybe something good will happen. I don't know, but I'm going to look at it and think they can't just be all bad. I'm just how I'm going to look at it, because there's nothing I can do at this point.
Yeah.
That's
Fingers crossed. And I'm unfortunately at the same place. I feel like I don't know what the silver lining may be, but I do feel that I have very little control over it. So I'm just going to let it go.
Exactly. Okay. Last voicemail. Thanks, Eric.
Strickland, Katie here. Just thought I'd say hello.
Hey,
listen to Doug and JJ on JJ's show. And
Oh.
I was going to let you know, since you got that tractor, you mentioned a brush hog for it, and JJ was mentioning a generator for the house. They do make generator attachments that'll go onto that tractor of yours, so that way you can have two birds, one stone.
Oh,
Anywho, you guys take care. Love the show. Talk to you later.
a
Bye.
generator for your
That is fucking I love that idea. So it's got this thing called a PTO. It runs off of the back of the tractor. And because the tractor is just this small little 4-cylinder, very quiet engine, I could actually have a generator attachment connected, I guess, to the PTO that will drive electricity.
interesting. That's pretty
Very
cool.
interesting. I spent $1,500 on the tractor. I don't need to spend another $1,000 on getting a generator that basically
you
does
go.
the same thing that the tractor would do.
I love that plan.
I've got to check it out. I'm going to do it. Thank you, JD. I have to look that up.
Absolutely. Much appreciated. So what else do we have to talk about?
Wait a minute. I'm literally writing it down.
Oh, Doug's got to write his notes down about that generator, because it makes a lot of sense. You got the tractor, you just plug the generator into it. Makes sense.
No, man, I got nothing else. We've done all the dues today.
And we're a nice short 70 minutes right now. Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I meant to keep us under an hour, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen. All right,
Right.
let's get out of here. We got more goodness coming to you next week. Thanks for being here. Everybody check out the December 11th, I think it's going to be episode of Nice Guys, when I interview the guys that did what was it? The ERG, what the SMG, SNM, BDSM, what was I doing? Don't worry about it. You'll see it when it comes out. Nice Guy community. Thank you for being here another week. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Over 600 episodes, and they're still asking me to do their voiceovers. I'm kind of like Flo on those Progressive commercials. I bet she makes a hell of a lot more than me, though. Doug and Strick don't pay shit.